Ahora te voy a poner a gozar.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
Llegó la hora de disfrutar de un ambiente musical que se transformará en algo impresionante. Deja que tu cuerpo pierda el control junto a la música que llegó para quedarse. 80s y 90s.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
Ahora, damas y caballeros, con ustedes en los controles, DJ
Daniel Arias Daza.
el DJ que te hace bailar. Y esto comienza en 3, 2, 1.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show. Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
Con ustedes.
Daniel Arias Daza.
¡Échale más música, DJ!
El DJ que te hace bailar.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s radio show.
Say kids, what time is it?
Get ready to rewind to the raddest era ever. It's 80s time with
Daniel Arias Daza.
Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. 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 Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. 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 In my mind, said I know. In my mind, said I know. Now I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Said I don't. Said I give me one reason to stay here. Now I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here. Now I'll turn right back around. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. In my mind. Said I don't. In my mind. I know that
Turn her back around.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
Say, kids, what time is it?
I wanna rock! Step into a time machine and groove to the iconic sounds of the 80s with
Daniel Arias Daza.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
Damas y caballeros, con ustedes,
The King of the Mixing, el rey del mixer.
Daniel Arias Daza.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
¿Quieres gozar? Goza con
Daniel Arias Daza.
Remixeando en vivo. En vivo. máximo exponente en mezclas.
Daniel Arias Daza.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
Escuchas Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.
Y bien, amigas y amigos, así llegamos al final del espectáculo más completo. Esperamos haya sido de su agrado. Será hasta una nueva oportunidad. Y que Dios los bendiga. Porque no me olvidarán.
Daniel Arias Daza.
El DJ que te hace bailar.
Back to the 80s and 90s Radio Show.